Greetings, grasshoppers. Welcome to the Bot Signal. Today, we're going to talk about follow up. How is your follow up game? What do you need to do to improve it? What are you doing right now? We'll find out all of that right after this. Hold on. There it is. Wait, that ain't it. There it
The
is.
bot signal has appeared in the sky.
Ladies, gentlemen, and every coordinate in between. Welcome to the Bot Signal. My name is RJ Redden. Entrepreneurs hire me to skyrocket their marketing because most feel like they're shouting into a black hole online. They can't get traction to save their lives. Many just sound like a carbon copy of everybody else. So, I create epic engagement experiences that get people to click that button, connect with you, and convert like crazy. Bottom line, if you want your business to soar, better take the woman in the cape. Greetings, everybody. Follow up is the topic of the day. Now, something kind of came to my attention. I've talked about follow up a lot of times on this show, and I will continue to do so because my system of follow up is kind of ever evolving. And to me, that's the name of the game, right? That's the name of the game. How is follow up most effective? Well, keep going. Keep trying new things, keep getting a different response and hopefully a better one. So, the first thing that I want to talk about is let's start with where it used to be. Where I used to talk about follow up was, hey, put your follow up in a bot because 99.89678% or so of entrepreneurs never ever freaking follow up. We just don't. And I used to be the same way. I would go I would go speak somewhere, and then I would come home and there's a stack of cards, and I would be too shy to get back to people. And I swear to you, this was me over a year ago, and just being too shy to get back to people. So I'd let those cards sit. Now I know what kind of difficulty that brings, but I would let those cards sit, and then I would go, oh, I just need to get to a few things first, and then I'll get back to those people. And then by the time I got back to them, it'd be 2-3 days later, and I'd be like, oh, they probably don't even remember me. I don't want to bother them. um Seriously, that is exactly what I did. Now, I grow along with everybody else. I want you to know that I am more than completely imperfect at all of this. So, just disclaimer, people. I am growing just along with all of you. Now, so then, I made that mistake a few times, and then I went, well, let's just follow up with people in a bot because ton of people never follow up. This will be a brand new way to kind of follow up with people, and bots are so effective. So I did that, and my follow up game started getting a little bit better. Um, yes, too shy to, reading a comment here, too shy to get back, or too shy to reach out at all. Oh, I know, right? So started out doing that, just let's just put it in a bot. Let's put it in a bot. We'll follow up with people and things got a little bit better because and people still don't even really understand what a chatbot is, what a chatbot can do. So I was following up by demonstrating what it is that I did. And so, good idea, right? Totally, it's a great idea. Except then we ran into about a year ago when Facebook decided that we were no longer able to reach out to people past 24 hours. Now, I will tell you that I follow up within 24, but I also follow up outside those 24 hours. And so then I needed to switch plans because the technology changed. How many of us have been through that? So I needed to switch plans up a little bit and I needed to make it more friendly also to people who don't want to use Messenger. And there are plenty of them out there. I know it's very popular, but people are kind of getting a little sick of all of the different things that go on with it. We won't get into that in this episode because we don't have enough time anyway. So, in order to change with the times, in order to change with the technology, I started moving my follow up to a text follow up to maybe get them into a bot run. It seemed like a great idea at the time. I did have some good response to that. But as time went on, what I'm kind of seeing now, and I've been through several evolutions of follow-up, and I do note down what I learn, and I do teach it. For the people taking my class, you know that I teach this, and it's an awesome section on follow-up. But wink, wink. I've got a class out there. Was that a good enough transition? Anyway, what I have learned about follow up just here recently is that I don't I what I used to do is set up all my follow up on one system. I would set it all up in a bot. Then it became, okay, I'm going to set it up in a text in a bot. And then I kind of switched it up a little bit because, that kind of got boring for people, I guess. And then I switched to another system for a little while. And now what I think is this, and where I'm getting my very best follow up results is you've got to have, for me, I've got to have a system on every place that people come to me on. It's like when someone calls you and you get back to them by calling them because that's how they reached out to you. It's kind of the same thing with follow up. For me, if we first contacted in a bot and over text, that's how I'm going to start to follow up with them. If they first got on my email list instead, I'm going to try to follow up with them there. I usually back that up with something though, because email, nobody opens those anymore. I often use video as well. I often use video in my follow up. And I'm actually switching my game up after this event that I'm having on March 11th. Free, by the way. Sign up. It's going to be a good time. Excuse me. Holy moly. After the event, I'm actually going to switch that up a little bit. I'm going to use video, but I'm also going to make it personalized. I may end up sending out 30 videos. I do not care. I will shoot 30 videos to get something personalized out there that someone can really grab onto. I'll do it because that's what my marketing is about. That's what my kind of marketing, that's what engagement marketing is about personalization, is about involving somebody on a client adventure, shall we call it. And I'm getting a comment here. Yes, a system for every platform. That's what I need to build. True. It's like having several doors in your house. And, whatever door they knock on, that's the door you go answer, right? Shouldn't we be that way with our follow up? Now, takes a minute, okay? This takes a fair minute to start to think about every place that people contact you and how did you meet, all of that kind of stuff. It takes a minute to build a system for everywhere that people connect with you. It does. It's taken me a fair minute, and I'm a technology, what shall we call me today? I don't know. I'm a technology expert, we'll say. Only certain amounts of technology, though. Anyway, needed a little drink of coffee to wet the whistle there. Anyway, for me, it's exactly like that. What door are they knocking on? Great. I've got an awesome adventure for you already planned and ready to go. Now, sounds complicated, sounds overwhelming. So if you are out there, if you are thinking about doing this, if you're like, yeah, this resonates with me, I want to be able to connect with people where they're at instead of forcing them to come to where I'm at. Which would be like somebody's knocking on a door in your house, but you're opening the front door anyway. Well, they're not there. You can see that they're not there, but you're going to force them to come to you. Don't do it. Don't do it. Have an awesome system set up wherever they are. Have a system in the bot. Have a system, do the personalized video. I use Dub for that. PM me, I'll shoot you a link because it's a great product. You go to where they are. You meet them, answer their questions where they're at. Give them opportunities to ask questions. Do all of those things, and it will improve your follow-up game like 1,000%. Which is what we need, right? You've spent all that time already. And a lot of us, including me, do a lot of free stuff for people to wet their whistle, to get them involved and engaged in what you're doing. Awesome. Awesome stuff. But then, following up after that, you can't leave it to, well, if they're really interested in me, they'll follow up with me. You can leave it to that. You might be poor a lot. Because even when people are interested, hey, sometimes things happen in the world like pandemics. Sometimes things happen in people's lives individually. And at least going and touching base and saying, hey, haven't heard from you in a bit. How you doing? You still interested? For me, it's also more than setting up a system everywhere that people could be. It is also just throwing them a little, hey, how you doing every once in a while. Now, I heard this from my friend, Dr. Stevie Dawn. She's a pretty cool person. I want to give her credit. She's an amazing lady. She's an amazing lady. If you want an introduction, let me know, and I will make it happen. But she has a system where she I can't remember how she does the reminder, but she sends herself a reminder every 3 months to show up in some way in this person's life, even if they've kind of chosen not to buy or not to buy right now. She follows up with people just to stay on top of their radar every 3 months. Sends them an email, sends them a text, whatever she does. And I think that is an awesome thing as well, because there are people there that I want to work with. There are people out there that I really want to work with, that I care about what they're doing in the world. I want to help them do their work in the world, and they're super important to me. And so the follow-up, even if there's nothing on the table as far as an offer, the remaining in people's minds as still there, still doing what you're doing. If there's a need, if there's something, I'm still around. I just wanted you to know. It makes it so that, people are people and not just transactions. And I talk about that on this show a lot because I really believe in it. You've got to transform that particular mindset to be able to engage in some of these sort of things that I'm talking about. a transaction is a transaction, or if you're a volume business, if you're, an e-commerce business that does millions of dollars a year, this part of marketing isn't going to be a big deal for you. But for most of the people I work with, they're people who want to touch people deeply and transform their lives. They're coaches, they're course creators. And so that's where this stuff comes in. That's where this type of marketing comes in. When you really want to be on a road with somebody, whether they're buying right now or not, when you want to be walking down the road with them so that when the moment is right, they do make that call, because who else would they call? That's, my team and I were talking this morning right before I got on, and we were talking about, we were kind of going over some clients that we've had in the past and some clients that we'd like to have in the future. And we were talking about, the kind of clients you want to wake up in the morning and make a plan for, because you've got an awesome new idea for them and you know that it's going to bring them more people. Having those kinds of clients, what does it take to get those kinds of clients? For me, I think that adding that little, that little touch base every 3 months, I think that is part of what brings the really good clients to you. The people that you just want to, you love their work in the world and you want to help them transform the world. It's more than the transaction, everybody. It's about human beings. It's about connecting with the right human beings who will not only pay you your valuable price, but will also treat you as a human being and treat you like they'd treat a friend. Anyway, rant over temporarily. But yeah, I mean, main point being, let's bring it back to the beginning, RJ. Right now, my follow-up game is starting to include all the platforms that I'm on. When I have a meeting with somebody, I've got a little system every time. I've got a little, it's an Evernote, and it's like about 7 or 8 questions that I answer. And the first question on the list is, where did I meet this person? Where did I meet them? And now I have an opportunity. For every place that I meet people, for every channel they're getting hold of me on, I now have an opportunity to write that down about people and remember that. And my friend Frank is a Twitter DM guy. Great. That's where I'm going to get back to him. I've got some other people, they're text people. I've got some bot people. I've got some Instagram people. I've got people everywhere. And I'm going to go to the door that they're knocking on to follow up with them, especially those clients that I love and I want their work to transform the world. That is where I'm going to follow up. I'm going to make that follow up as personal as I can possibly make it, because that is just my joy. That is my joy to do. It's my opportunity to say thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being there. Thank you for contributing. Thank you for supporting. Thank you. The follow-up is my opportunity to say thank you. And I make sure that I say it, because I got the coughs this morning, everybody. I'm trying not to do it into the mic, especially for you podcast people. Anyway, it's my joy to make it personal. It's my choice to make it personal. I'll come back with a report. After the March 11th event, I'll come back with a report of what I did for follow-up, what systems I set up for follow-up, and how that follow-up did. Meanwhile, I am going to take careful notes on every person that cares to get with me on a half-hour phone call about where did they come from? Where did they come from? Is it all my little exploits in Clubhouse? Is it my exploits here? Is it Synapse, the group that I'm part of, that like I think that everybody cool needs to be a part of? Is it from LinkedIn? I get a fair amount of people from there as well. So, where did I meet them first? How shall I follow up? There's the deal. There's absolutely the deal. So that's my rant this morning. I hope that some of this has helped you think about some questions for your follow-up game. How, are you meeting them where they at? How personal of a follow-up is it? Um, Definitely Synapse. Hey, Brian Barry, I see you. Very good. Hey, Synapse is, Mr. Brian, you do have to come and hang out with me on this show and talk to people about Synapse. I would absolutely love that. So let's get that done. Let's get all that on the schedule. I think we're talking later this week, so we'll get that on the schedule. But I would love to have you talk to people about Synapse. I talk to people about it all the time, so it'll be great to have your voice on here. Anyway, hope this has helped hope this has helped you up your follow-up game, because we all need that, and we all love that, and it will bring us more in the future because that's where the fortune is. So very good. If you want to follow me on the Clubhouse, I'm going to go talk on Clubhouse now about this very, very thing. So follow me over there. I'm going to start up a room in about 9 minutes, and we'll have a post-show discussion about all of this. You're all invited. If you don't have an iPhone yet, what's the matter? No, I'm kidding. It's okay to be an Android user. You're just they just haven't developed the app for the platform yet. So sorry about that. Join me tomorrow. We'll be doing another show about something else with engagement marketing. And that's it. That's what I know for now. Thank you for being the world's best audience, because I have the world's best audience, and I will see you in a bot.